Welcome to Snap on This, a Marvel Snap podcast. This week's secret homework, give Jessica Jones an objective. I'm LaurenWhatevs here with my usual amazing, delightful co-hosts. First up this week, it's Ree. A magical and trustworthy fairy has appeared before you. She will give you any single superpower of your choice, but you only have a few seconds to pick and you don't get to give any explanation. She's not trying to trick you. She's just super busy. What do you wish for? Go.
Flying. I mean,
no further explanation. You're done. She poofs you away and you can fly. Ben, our other co-host, same question, but by virtue of going second, you get a little bit more time to think about it. But she still won't tolerate any wavering. Unlimited super speed?
Yep, super speed.
Did I hear
didn't
correctly?
even have to think about it.
She's not above clarification. Okay, poof, gone. You have it. My pick would be some sort of time manipulation. Okay, on to the Snap content. It was a competition and you lost.
Well, okay, but you had the most time to think about it. This is like a Rorschach test. It's like, what do you see immediately, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I really only wanted the super speed to give me effectively time manipulation, you know?
Yeah.
You know, we didn't have time to like get deep into the details because it was Snap Shooter rules where the fairy was going to get really upset with us if we asked any follow-up questions.
Mm-hmm. She would have done bad things if you took too long, or if you explained. Okay. With that done, we're going to talk about last week's cards, Jack Flag and StarHawk. We don't have a ton to say about them, but we had a little bit of lively discussion before the show, enough that I think we should tell you about it. First up, Jack Flag, 3/3 ongoing. Your cards here with increased power have +2 power. I think we can just talk about these together. StarHawk 2/2 on reveal on odd turns. Give your cards at the left location +1 power. On even, I think they actually updated this text, and this is the old text, but it still does the same thing. Just on odd turns, it gives your left location +1 power. On even turns, it gives your right location +1 power. But it only ever does it once. It's not repeating. It's not a surge. It's just a one-time on reveal that changes. Kind of like old Snowguard, if you were here for that. Anyway. What do you think about these cards? Where have we seen them?
I've seen Jack Flag in some of my own decks. I like the card. I don't know if this is the meta for it to really shine its brightest. It is a big commitment to a single lane unless you're spitting the power out somewhere else, say with Maverick. But cool little guy. Might play him on Saturday, might not play him on Saturday. It's all up in the air still. Haven't committed to a deck.
Are you competing in this Golden Gauntlet?
Oh, always. Unless I've already qualified. I qualified in the second qualifier last time, so I did not play in the third one because that seemed unsporting. But yeah, until I qualify, I will keep playing in all of them. You know?
Oh, I think they totally encourage and support you to go as many times as you want. You know, as competitive players only have so much outlet.
Yeah, but you're taking opportunities away from other people who haven't qualified yet.
I don't think so.
It feels unsporting.
I don't know how that math works. Anyway,
that's just my personal opinion. I'm not judging anyone who did that or would do that in the future. That is up to you. It's just how I feel about my actions. I would not feel good about it.
Yeah. I think all of us, me for sure, had Jack Flag as best card of the season. Or at least we were high on him. I think he still may end up being the best card of the season once they nerf Star-Lord again. But I agree. It has not really been his time to shine. I see him just a little bit in like surfer stuff, but I haven't seen a ton of him.
I agree. He's really solid, like we all thought, in the places where he's, where he belongs. And I think that's borne out. There's plenty of good decks with him. StarHawk is like, I still think he's nonsense. I haven't really seen him. I have seen a lot lately of Cerebro, and I have to wonder if that's because of StarHawk, because like I feel like both somewhere on Reddit and also maybe Lauren somewhere we're talking about like some Cerebro nonsense with like how you can like make him and I didn't like get into the details because I don't need to know Cerebro's evil plans. Like, they can have their math. But like, that is such nonsense. I think Cerebro is really strong, and I think StarHawk makes it weaker, honestly, because come on, look at him. And
How could it not?
But right? But on the other hand, I think maybe it's people trying out this stuff is why I'm seeing all this Cerebro. Lauren, tell me if you have Cerebro thoughts, please.
I saw that too, and I think it was on Reddit, even though I don't hang out on the Snap Reddit a ton. But somebody was doing like a C2, C3, like use StarHawk as the bridge so you can use Brood in C3. And it was like, yeah, that'll work. But what if you don't draw StarHawk by turn 6? Like, I did something cute like that. I did a C2. I did C3, but all of the cards were 2 power or 4 power, and I hit half of them with StarHawk and half of them with Yellow Jacket, and it was very cute. But it's not a real deck.
In the middle.
What is this card?
Adorable.
It's still baffling. Like, I know it's a limited time game mode card, but I still want them to have a job. Right? Have somewhere where they're the best in slot, and I don't think there's a single deck where StarHawk is your best choice.
Honestly, like, it almost could be a Surge thing that happened over and over. Like, almost could. It would be a little too good, but like only just a little. I
kind of agree. Like, maybe make it a 3 cost and have it do that repeating things. Like, early in the game, you don't have a ton of cards for it to hit, so it's not like it's giving out +4s.
Yeah,
maybe that would rain on 10 Rings Parade a little bit, but
10 Rings rains on its own parade, rather. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on to this week's cards. Reed, you want to read about Sabah Nur and Apocalypse Celestial's Chosen? Lucky you get a double.
Okay. Sabah Nur, I cannot not say things weird. I try, I promise. Okay. Is a 4/5 objective. Have a full front row at each location. Then you transform into Apocalypse Celestial's Chosen. Apocalypse Celestial's Chosen is a 4/8. With on reveal, swap the lowest power card in your front row at any location with a card from your deck. Okay, if I'm kicking it off, what I was thinking, I haven't really seen this card. I haven't played a whole ton into the new season yet, to be honest. I played some, but I haven't really seen this card. And I was wondering, my first thought was like, is that because I've still been seeing our Overstar Lord. Maybe be delivered from our Overstar Lords, please. There's just too many of them. I know there's counters and there's ways to do it, but I don't want to do that. I want to have mid-range fun. Let me have it. All right. So, but some of that is always like when people are trying to push to infinite first, they're going to play it's smart, right? To play what you know, to play where you know how to snap, right? Rather than maybe, so unless the season pass seems like the new OP card, and whatever, or the new card, then it's like, you don't see as much people testing out new cooks on the ladder, unless it just seems way stronger, I think. But then, secondary thought, I haven't seen, the thing that still fools me, I don't know how, I've been gotten it by so many times, I was complaining to you guys ahead of the podcast, is Zombie Galacti. I still forget, I forget that he exists, and I'm just like, I've won. How would they possibly beat me? And then they play, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that card that I don't.
I've had that experience many times.
Right? And I'm wondering if I'm just seeing because people are just playing it and it's good and it gets me. So like, good job.
It's me from...
You already muted you. I muted you as soon as we got in the match. I didn't see you muted. Okay. But like Apocalypse, does he fit there? I don't know. Is that even a point of discussion? Is that where I'm seeing, am I just not seeing him where he might have been there? Is there, because they play a lot of low power cards, right? To turn into Zombie Galacti that go into the front row of that. Usually when they're playing it, they've got a lot of those front rows filled.
I haven't seen it,
plausible to me,
but I don't hate that. That's actually especially
like
when I mean, we know Lockjaw and Shauna are getting changed to character. Like if Sabah Nur follows in Lockjaw's step and also can only pull out a character, I could see that being pretty decent. Yeah.
That's what I got. Continue, please, with your own thoughts. Apocalypse.
Ben?
Well, I think I've seen like 2 or 3 Sabah Nurs, and the first and most memorable one was in Sanctum, and I thought that was an interesting choice to bring him to Sanctum.
Yeah.
And he replaced a front row card with something smaller. I think I saw him do that again on the ladder. That seems to be kind of his MO. Lockjaw is Lockjaw, and Sabah Nur is like Nah. I don't know. I'm not real impressed.
Yeah. Ditto. I've been surprised by how many I have seen, but I haven't seen a ton. It's just there's something wrong with me, and I played a lot until I hit Infinite last night. Yeah, I mean, yesterday was hot location, Shadowlands. That was an Sabah Nur location. You get to get rid of a ninja, and I still was not seeing a ton of them. My favorite.
Is that why it was Shadowlands? To make the season pass card look good. I couldn't figure it out. Okay, I see.
Yeah, free hit for good old Locknaw. I had it happen to myself where I had 3 possible things that were at 3 power he could have taken away, and of course he took away the Blue Marvel, the single worst thing by far for him to take away. I'm just like, this card's dumb. I mean, maybe I should be playing better. Maybe Blue Marvel shouldn't be in my front row. There's no rush, and Sabah Nur will do his thing on turn 6.
Maybe, but the other card that cares about things being in the front row is Fin Fang Foom, and Blue Marvel is a great card to have in your front row for those purposes. So I don't know.
I Cosmo'd my own once. Choice. The objective does not get stopped by Cosmo, but Apocalypse Celestial's Chosen isn't on reveal, so don't make that mistake. An opponent I saw, the Blue Marvel got swapped out for a Jubilee in a full location. It's like that. That cost you like 10 power at least. That was awful. And of course, there's excellence. Like sometimes it's going to upgrade your hood into an infinite, but I don't think this card is going to be. It's not good until there's a little bit more control. Ben, with our super premium.
Our super premium season pass card, Isca the Unbeaten. She's a 4/3. She's not Apocalypse's wife. I don't know where you heard that, except, from Second Dinner. End of turn. If you're losing this location, double this card's power. It's an impactful effect. Certainly can be. She can tie, and that's a little less impactful. I've seen a few around. I was mostly playing Sanctum while Sanctum was around, so I wasn't seeing a ton of her there, but I've played a little bit of Ladder and a little bit of Conquest, and I've seen a little more Isca. She's pretty easy to retreat against. That's my feeling. Like if you see that they've built a Death Star, I don't know, get the fuck off Alderaan. That's my feeling. Anybody else have Isca thoughts?
I haven't even see. I'm not as super familiar with her from the comics, to be honest. So when I was just reading the card, I think all of last week till halfway through the episode, I thought it was Isca with a C because of the font.
It is.
Is it not?
No. Okay, then it was the reverse. I thought it was Ista.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah.
Whatever way, I said it the wrong way.
I can see that looking like a T.
I heard somebody else had that confusion too. You're not alone there.
Right, when you're just reading it, not in regular font.
Reading the logo,
Yeah, reading her on the card. Okay. I have not seen her, to be honest. I want her. I mean, look at her. She's on a throne. It looks like a giant sword. That's pretty boss. So, and we talked about it last week. I wanted to roll for her, but I don't have enough tokens. So I would have wasted them all in a chance.
Really don't like that the super premium is in. Okay, I like that it's in packs. I don't like that it won't rotate into the shop. That doesn't make any sense.
That is frustrating.
It's just like another way that they benefit of players who are already, sitting at 100% collection
complete ahead of the game. Yeah.
As I think overall I do like packs better, but that's something that's one way Spotlights was better, is it gave you the best results when you were the furthest away from collection complete.
Yep.
And packs is the opposite, and I think that's weird. Like, I understand rewarding your loyal players, but like, it kind of creates this snowball effect where the loyal players are just building up gigantic stores of tokens. Like, I maintain collection complete without losing tokens.
Yeah.
I am getting one season pass, just the $10 a month.
What do they say? My lobster is too bad.
One thing that does help is that we get our season passes through the web store, and you get a free Series 5 pack when you do that, don't you? Yeah,
I hope that bonus continues, because it's really good.
Yeah, because I keep, I skip a lot of cards because I don't, want all of them, and then I end up with a lot of cards anyway that I would have passed on, and did pass on.
No, I was just gonna say thank you, because you gave us season pass, and I forgot you get a pack with season pass, right?
Yeah. What did you get?
I got adamantium infusion.
Ooh, that's a fun
card. I also got adamantium infusion. Twinsies.
Okay,
that's a really
maybe we
card.
should. Okay, we'll see. I don't want to commit, but we should. Maybe I'll try to play with it imaginarily. So if let's all deny it if we don't feel like doing it later.
Yep, fair enough. That's a dilly.
How do you two feel? Because Ben brought it up. Sanctum was running for the first 24 hours of the new season. How do you all feel about an event continuing into the new season?
I didn't mind at all. Although when I woke up from the Sanctum, I was like, oh, and now it's hot location. And that was a little frustrating. So I was like, maybe this is a good time to mess around in Conquest, do some testing, figure out what I'm going to play.
Sanctum, I joined you all from last time. I think I didn't even play last time. This time I played the snot out of it. I got the event pass. I was having fun with Kitty, and I was like, I want to get the rewards. I had saved up I had 800 saved up, okay? And let's face it, the magic's cute, but there's magic is cute in every single variant. There's a
lot of good magics.
Oh no, bad magic. It's just a million good magics, right? Yeah. And it's I don't really want to risk getting the other two much better variants for. So I've been waiting for the shop to rotate. And now I'm on the timer. I'm don't forget. So, and I just remember you guys talking about it reminded me to open it up and see what my new variant is.
Check 3 times a day.
It's the fashion Marvel boy. And it's that debate of is this, everything's been junk till now. I have limited time. Is this where I spend the 800? I already have a Marvel boy variant I really like. But in one, he's doing this pose. And that's my default pose from my bunny warrior, from my bunny in FF14, which she stands. She's just I'm just cool, just slouching. And I kind of love it for that. Okay, sorry, this is totally during the podcast. So, but I don't think it should. I think maybe just the shop should carry over or something. That was weird, right? I wasn't playing it anymore.
I think the carryover is weird. I did play it because the Makari that Ree doesn't like is what I wanted from the shop. And it took 3 pulls to get the hit Makari. So the X23 and the Magic are great, but there's so many good X23s in Magic. I'm good there. But it took 3 pulls.
Makari
so
on
it's
a throne, just
yeah. Oh, that is a good one. I don't have that one. Makari. So I got those, the credits, and Mystique emote, and I could just barely afford all those things. I was playing extra to get the credits. But yeah, that's a really good emote. I've already had people spamming emotes, and I'm just Mystique. That's a good one. It's a good one.
I like it, but I only emote with friends. They're the only ones who get to see my emotions. So, and I would never tell my friends to shush unless it was for jokes. Okay.
I shouldn't say always. Usually I can handle emotes pretty well, and I kind of just roll my eyes when people are being silly with emotes. But I will say having access to reaction emotes to like, what are you even doing? The Iron Man eye roll, the Mystique shush, the Captain Marvel shrug, and the Dazzler just vibing, like having those to respond with makes it so much easier to handle bad emoters. I gotta say.
I can see that. It's like when
I'm an give a thumbs up kind of kid, but that's just
another one.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
No, it's like when someone's really mean to you, and you're like, yeah, but I got like a PS5 or something. You know what I mean? You just think about it like you're like, yeah, but I got bling or whatever.
Yeah. I just, someone just spamming emotes and you send a single response that's just like, really?
All of my charms went to green glyph borders. Gotta have.
I could have guessed.
I could probably only play cards with green glyph borders if I really wanted.
Did you re-border? Because you're a blue border boy, right? Sorry, that sounds weird, but the alliteration was going and I wanted to continue.
Well, when it's Sanctum times, I'm a green glyph girly. I have to do that. I'm thinking, like, what if I went green glyph girly all day long? Because I've got a lot of excess green glyph borders because I get them all every time. Except I left one behind this time because I've been busy. But
they are half price relative to the other ones. That is the place to get them. I think it is also the only place to get them. Yeah. Anyway, Isca. I played a lot of Isca. Isca was in my deck that I took from like 86 to 100. She is great. Actually, I was playing her before that too. I was playing her in end of turn nonsense with like Jocasta stacks. And yeah, I had missed that she was going to stop as soon as she was tying. And I was surprised how often that cost me locations and games. I'm like, okay, fire it off invisible one a whole bunch of time. Isca's ready to double 8 times. This is guaranteed my location.
No.
Tied. No. She doubles twice and then ties. And it's like, oh. So even though I was very, very high on her ahead of time, before the season launched, it's because I thought she was going to be a solo lane winner. And she still is a solo lane winner, but it's not as sure of a thing. She's still great.
Okay, but sorry. Okay, but, I was gonna say from a spiritual standpoint, though, I like that she's a gal that can like win together. Like, we're tied, we're good. Everybody wins.
She's still unbeaten. Like she didn't lose, right? Like I guess. So you just need to be a little more, and it's awkward because it's math, but you have to be a little more careful about where you put her to avoid ties. But if you do something like on turn 4, if you put her somewhere you're losing by 7, she's definitely going to end up at 12 at the least. And there's a good chance she's going to end up at 24. Ultimately, I played a Doom 2099 deck, and that'll be more in my weekend snap. But she was just really solid there, and I had a lot of fun with the deck, and I've seen a ton of her. I would not be surprised if she still is the best card of the season. Just she's not busted, One more. Juggernaut, Horseman of War, a 2/2 with the objective, have 6 different powers among your other cards in play. You get +6 power. The Doom 2099 deck that I started with was from Ica, and it had Juggernaut in it, and it didn't make sense to me because the only way that deck can even have 6 different powers is if you play Doom 2099. Which is, not a sure thing. So I cut him real fast when he whiffed a couple times. And I have seen this card many times. And I don't know if I have ever lost to it. Like 2/8 on rate is fine, but it's not doing anything. Either of you two? Yeah. Juggy thoughts? I know. It's kind of what we said the last few weeks.
Yeah, I've seen him around.
Oh, you have?
And, I mean, like once or twice. I think he got his effect both times. He still doesn't do anything. He's just cards need to do something. That's my feeling. What were you saying, Ray?
I was just thinking, like, I haven't seen him around as much. Maybe I just haven't played enough. But also, like, have I complained as much lately, let's be honest, about seeing mirrors all the time on new cards? Like I used to. It used to be so till I'm like, I can't enjoy it when it comes out. But like all the time anymore, I'm just like, no, I'm still still seeing like the old OP season pass or something. I'm not seeing as much card of the week. And is that because it's a new season, or was it like a monkey's paw? It's like, well, we made everyone not collection complete, therefore like people just can't open for all the new cards.
And none of them unique collections where the common factor is that nobody wants to play the new bad card because I don't know.
Right. Yes, but like, and the more money you have into it, the more you can get the better cards, because let's face it, they're not all super unique, in their rules and decks. So I'm just like, did I monkey pause it? Did I did I bring about? Am I the force behind collections? If only. If it were a short story, clearly it would be. But alas. I don't have that effect. Okay. On the world. So that's, but I agree with you. I can see this it doesn't synergize with other stuff is its problem, right? It's probably what we talked about last week. And for it to, you want your twos to all build into what you're doing, or just be like old Jeff, where you put it in everywhere, or Surge for a while, or you know what I mean? Like,
but those cards do things like you were saying.
They synergize with everything.
They have synergies, and like Jeff gets you into a lockdown location.
Synergizing Jeff, like Jeff does have like unique jobs that only Jeff does.
Just being able to move is something.
And this is like, build around me, and I don't play well with anyone. And it's like, well, gee then. And I don't want anyone else to play together too. It's just like, okay. All right then. Okay.
I think your point about less mirrors, there's a bunch that's going into it, right? It's like this week there's 3 new cards. So people are pulled in 3 different directions. But also, the only one that is the one that's like easy to access for free to play is bad.
Yeah.
And also, we've had Sholao and Star-Lord recently who are just so good that, like, of course, people are just going to keep going back to those. Okay, next week's card. This one might actually have quite a few players on day 1, and then, continuing depending on how good he is. Gambit, Horseman of Death, 3/3. Objective, play 5 total cost of created cards to randomly destroy up to 4 total cost of enemy cards. What's a vibe check on this guy?
Oh yeah, he's the one we all think is OP and everyone will hate.
They're definitely gonna hate him. The OP-ness might be debatable, but the unfunness is not.
My only note is in the comics right now. Gail Simone is writing Uncanny X-Men, and it's Rogue, and is kind of leading the team with Gambit and Wolverine and a couple newbies, and they're down in Louisiana in like Haven House, like a refuge, like a kind of an old South refuge for mutants. And like Gambit, he's got a dragon's relic. Sorry, I read too many comics. It's like an eye or something, and like prepare this, and they're like, hey, the longer, if you want it, eventually you're gonna want to eat flesh, which it's a pretty daunting thing. Like, you don't want to ever start to to desire to consume people. And and he's like, okay, but like, and then the dragon's like, you could give it back to me, but the dragon is not like a dragon of all good, it's dragon who doesn't give a shit about humans with his own agenda. Gambit's like, nah, hold on to this power. And we get to this point where like Rogue is like, honey, did you eat the cat? Kind of thing. Like, it's just, kind of stuff where it's like, are you killing small? Because like you want to consume flesh, like we were warned about. Like, let's not let it get worse. Let's take care of it because we love you. We're having an intervention. And then while they're trying to intervene on Gambit, and Gambit's fighting them all and like screaming, Cajun curses at everyone for betraying him. That's when they get attacked by Elsa Bloodstone and like Werewolf by Night and Morbius, who are like hanging around doing the bidding for like someone evil right now. Anyway, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk so long. I just meant to say that this makes sense for Gambit. I'm sorry. Okay. Too long of a comics corner. Unplanned.
I liked it.
That's all sets I have.
Oh, the card.
You have more thoughts on the card.
Well,
it's all good.
When we were rating the cards and stuff, it was one of the months when I had prepared less for it. And my first thought was a 4 for this card because I had not read it carefully enough to realize that you have to play those cards. They like broodlings don't count, that kind of thing. But it's not that hard to play 5 total cost of created cards, so I still sort of stuck with the 4, and I'm still inclined to think this is a real good card, especially if those 5 total cost of created cards, 3 of them are a second Gambit Horseman of Death. That's what I think. I think we're going to frigate. I think stuff like that. I think it's not that hard to count to 5, and I don't like that this card never really low rolls that low. I mean, like, there will be higher and lower rolls for this card, but like the floor is mighty high.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much agree. I don't know how strong it is. I think this is the kind of card that people read as OP, but may not actually prove to be. But it's going to be real annoying to play against. And the downside is, how hard is it to play 5 cost of created cards? It's not that hard, but it is like, it's not free like the existing Gambit is. No. Which existing Gambit isn't totally free, but he's a lot freer than this. However, Mysterio exists, and I do worry about making lots of Gambit Horsemen of Death. Prodigy and Frigga.
Multiplying it is the danger,
Zola.
maybe.
It's like there's going to be some nasty things you can do with that.
Oh, and they're both created if you Zola it. That's 6 right there.
They wouldn't be played. They wouldn't be played.
Oh, they wouldn't be played. That's right. That gets me again.
But like once you get the objective to go off, I guess we don't know how objective works with Zola. I could test that with the cards we have in the game right now, but I honestly don't know. Is it like an activated card where if you Zola it, they're already activated? Or is it if you get new copies, they can do their objective again? Maybe we could have 214 Juggernauts out here. I'm guessing it's more like activate, but
I bet
it's like Right, you also play a lot of squirrels and then killmonger them and get your cheap death. Hope you hit some of their ones.
The squirrels aren't created cards that you played. I know, and I said brood last episode.
You into the same trap. No, right into the pit.
I knew that it was played created cards last episode, and I still said brood anyway. So like, you're good. But Mysterio is real. Mysterio is 6 created cost just for 2 energy.
Mysterio is.
What a great, awesome card.
I keep refusing to like keep Mysterio in my head. It's like immediately gone as soon as we stop.
It's one of the most commonly mentioned cards on this podcast because I think he's a delight. All right. Next week we have Team Clash starting, but we'll talk about it then because it's like, we have a week of no events, so enjoy them while you can. Although Team Clash will be coming with a new team. Brotherhood of Mutants will be ready. That'll be fun.
I think they should have put the evil in there. Every time I hear about the Brotherhood of Mutants, I'm like, come on, let's be real here. They're the Brotherhood. I don't like this sanitized bullshit. Come on, give me the real.
On to our side quests. First up, Week in Snap. How was your Week in Snap? And keep it snappy.
Okay, well that's the thing. I could be snappy and just talk about what I did in Snap. I had kind of like a longer string of thoughts that had formulated themselves into a kind of thoroughfare in my brain that I thought about sharing. But it is.
I vote thoroughfare.
You vote thoroughfare. Okay. Please feel free.
Hurry down the thoroughfare.
Yeah, we have loose connections. I would like you, if you have thoughts, you are welcome to. We all grew up around-ish the same era, though in different circumstances and places. Okay, this is just a series of like connected things that starts with Britney Spears. Okay.
As they often do.
Do you know what she's up to now?
I don't know. All I know is that I'm tired of being compared to damn Britney Spears. She's so pretty.
Okay.
That just ain't me.
Okay.
I believe she got out of her conservatorship, but I don't know more than that.
Yes.
Good for her.
Okay, so there was a big Free Britney movement because she was in a conservatorship, which, if you look into, are actually really horrible and abusive things. And I mean, my own personal opinion about Britney's was, well, we have all, the world has failed Britney Spears, but
no question.
They definitely used it. Like, someone that's in that state should not also be forced to perform and, make money while someone is not, and while someone else has control their faces. But anyway, lately, in joking in a dark sense, there's been the Unfree Britney movement because she is not doing well. She posts these things, wherever people are, Instagram or something. I'm not there, but it all funnels into the Reddit, into the Reddit scroll. And it's these videos of her in outfits from the era, kind of next to nothing outfits, dancing with knives, and it's she is not she says she's happy, but it's you have a friend that's doing that. It's things are not going well. So people are unfree Britney. It's not happy. But the thing with Britney is I look at her and I'm all any of us, so many of us millennial women, just a Weinstein or an Epstein or anyone in our lives, but but for whatever, there go I, is what I think when I look at Britney Spears, because, she was so young. And when you look at the demands on the trends at the time for women, it was low-rise jeans, so low-rise jeans. We walking around with perpetual plumber butt because that's how low they got. They were so low it broke me. I'm physically unable to equip high-rise jeans. I just can't. Above the belly button, it's I don't go. I'm obviously not that. I'm not. We're not in that era. But it's just I can't too high. It's I'm from a different time. But so there was that, right? There was this, that's what you would buy in stores. That was around. That was the demand, was to dress in kind of as little and as low as possible. And there's that demand at the same time. You have the demand that people at the time were you fat Britney Spears. Right? At the time, you had to wear next to nothing. You had to weigh next to nothing. You also need, when you look at interviews of the time, she's a teenager and they're asking her about her sex life on public TV. You know what I mean? It's this girl didn't have a chance, right? But these were the pressures. She's an example of the pressures on everyone, right? It was you need to be a slut and a virgin. You're responsible for the way everyone looks at you, but wear nothing. It's just it's so bad. That, all that pressure. We've all talked about it. But what's interesting is I found out about this new thing this week. And this is why I was thinking, interestingly enough, I think Britney Spears just got arrested for a DUI today. And I'm I was going to talk about it. This was not planned. On that. But have you heard of this thing called looks maxing?
I'm afraid I have.
I just heard about it.
Yes.
Yeah, right? Okay. It's and it transcends everything, I think. But I may have heard it before, but I actually learned more about the culture. And it's the idea of this pressure on looks, right? Where I think people who had trouble this is my understanding, and I apologize if this is wrong. I am not of the culture. I'm a mere observer and scholar of a very casual sense. So but looking in, it's it looks to me, they're okay, what if we didn't solve our problems with our inability to get with women through violence, instead of just threatening to kill them all if they didn't sleep with us? We instead got hot. And I'm well, okay, that's a better plan than the first plan. I like plan B better.
But there is a little violence, the hammering the jaw.
Oh, I saw that. No, Don't do that.
You still have to get violence involved.
this is happening for young people, like the prevalence of like facial cosmetic. I'm like, it's disturbing to me. I have not actually, done anything, but it's like very common. Like I meet people all the time. They're just like, oh yeah, I get the fillers and Botox. I'm like, oh, but needles though? And they go places in your face? No, thank you. Okay. So, but so they're doing it and it's like, it's not right. It's like the thing, like the pursuit to a happy relationship is never in the shallowest of things. It's usually in the depths of understanding, reflection, all these other things. But anyway, looks maxing, it seems like that's the aim. And you want to look as good as possible through lots of like dubious, terrible. It's the same thing. It's like what the beauty industry and the insecurities and all that have successfully looked to bilk women out of tons of money for a very long time, is now being applied, but in like a dude bro way, like, no, you gotta get the right hammer, break your jaw, and then it grows back hotter, so like, it's okay. But this is key to understanding. Have you heard about mogging people?
No.
I think I've heard the term, but I did not have it explained to me.
Okay, yes.
Like,
in the culture, you can mog someone, and that's where you're like publicly in the only space that matters in looks maxing space, which is online 2D virtual space framed, and that's where you show someone and you are hotter than them in the same frame. And if it's the face, you're mogging them, but you can frame mog them if you're like, you got a hot bod and you're showing them up in the frame. But you can't just be friends with someone. You need to be physically comparing yourselves to them at all times. And I'm like, oh, they tried to drill that into girls early. Now they're coming for the boys. So like, it's just, but okay, this leads to the meme, the internet memery that like you kind of need all this context to appreciate, which is, have you heard about McDonald's CEO and their new product?
No.
Okay. So a little viral video going around was that the CEO of McDonald's was like showing off for, I don't know what it was for, investors. I don't know why these people, these CEOs, these owners of companies think we want to see them in advertisements. Like we're going to see them and want to buy their product. It's like, no, pay for the cool people. I don't know. So anyway, but he's like got this and he's like, they have a new like burger, like an Archway burger or something. And he's like, and now I'm like advertising it by talking it, curse you capitalism. Okay. But like, he's going and he's like, this new product. And he looks like he hates it and he doesn't like McDonald's food. And he's the CEO. McDonald's shows the new product. Yes, right. And he called it a product. And so everyone was making fun of that. And then other companies, because they think we want memes instead of like living wages and paid time off in healthcare, are like, to jump in on the joke, started doing their own videos with their products because we're all talking about this. I'm doing it. I only realize now as I'm talking, I'm contributing to the problem. Okay. But we're memeing about it. So they get on and they like are showing off their products and doing a video. And it's a rip and a takedown on the other companies because we can only be mean to other people in our advertisements. It's the only thing that's allowed. And, so it leads to me that I now fully understand that I saw because I know I'm too fascinated by random internet culture, which is talking about, oh my God, the Burger King CEO mogged the McDonald's CEO. Frame mugged the McDonald's CEO. I'm like, I know what that means. Okay. Anyway. We got there. It's the story that led to the meme. Sometimes you just scroll your meme. No idea. There's so many layers of culture you just can't possibly understand what's going on. I'm always like lurking at the edges of these like subcultures floating by, trying to understand. I did have to mute. Reddit kept sending me furry stuff. I had to mute it. It's like, that's too much. All right.
Okay.
You chose that over Snap, so
I stand by my choice. I would do it again. Thank you for peeling back the layers. Ben, how was your week in Snap? And keep it snappy.
All right. In the interest of keeping it snappy, I'm going to bring back the 5-minute timer from 2 weeks ago because I remember. Whoa! I can't promise I'm going to do it every week, but we're starting now. All right, my week in Snap. It was mostly Sanctum while it was there. Honestly, like, I appreciated the extra day of Sanctum because I hadn't actually been doing that much Sanctum early because I had been playing a lot of Mugenics, and I'll be honest, at this point, I'm sort of Mugenicsed out for now. I'm sure I'll be back later. I played a lot of that game, and there's, as I said, there's a lot to like, and there's a lot to make faces about it. But like on the whole, I do not regret my time with it. Although maybe I didn't need to kill quite so many sewer fetuses. I don't know. That's just a me thing. But anywho, lot of fun stuff there. I'm a little bit tired of fucking Wall-E dystopian futures where everyone is like super overweight and on a hover chair and stuff. That's a feature in Mugenics if you get far enough. I'm a little over that one. But you know what is another new game? I don't usually buy new games with this frequency, but Slay the Spire 2 came out today, so that's what I've been about. Oh my gosh, must be
Shocking.
Pretty popular because I had a lot of trouble downloading it on Steam. They just wouldn't let me buy it for about half an hour. I was just refreshing and refreshing and refreshing, but they were overloaded. But I did eventually get there. I've played a couple of runs. My first run was, of course, with the Ironclad. I died to the Act 3 boss, so I haven't cleared yet. But I had a lot of fun. And one thing that will strike you right away, especially if you start an Ironclad run, as you have to, because you can't play any other characters till you play the Ironclad first. Wow, a lot of returning cards and stuff. And every card I saw in my first run that was a returning card, if it has the same name, it does the same thing. Exactly the same thing. Probably has a very similar illustration.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I was like, that's a bold choice. But there are also a lot of new cards and a lot of new enemies, a lot of new mechanics. Now you get blessings from various patrons between acts, and that's pretty cool. There's a melty dragon who gives you some cool stuff. And after the first run, Nia was there at the beginning, as Nia always is in Slay the Spire. But once I got to the second run, I was playing as the Silent. The Silent has some new tricks. Then I started to notice, I was very surprised at first, I noticed that Flash of Steel in Slay the Spire 2 does 5 damage instead of 3. So I was like, that's different. And then I saw an Equilibrium as a neutral card, not a defect-specific card. And I was like, okay, so not everything is exactly the same. I feel like maybe they did that with the Ironclad to make it comforting and familiar, and be like, you won't be punished for familiarity with Slay the Spire. It's gonna be more Slay the Spire. Don't worry. But like, you get to the defect, or not the defect, the Silent, and things are a little different. Flechettes does 5 damage per skill in your hand. These may seem like minuscule differences. It did 4 in the original. But anywho, and then after that,
no, go ahead.
There's a very different new third character who has a very different core mechanic that I don't want to spoil. And also it looks like the fourth character also has some new stuff. And that's pretty exciting. The fifth character is the Defect, and I'm most excited to see that because the Defect is my buddy, my robot friend. Anywho, really been enjoying that. The enemy designs are so cool. So many of them there'll be some familiar element to them. You'll be like, this is the one from Slay the Spire 1, except with some big differences. an enemy that was like a tiny little Act 1 chump will like instead be a friggin' kaiju in Act 2 or whatever. Like there's
grew up.
A lot of cute like reinterpretations of things, remixes of elements. Really having a lot of fun with that. I'm sure I'll have more to say about it next week. I noticed that I am running out of time here. Looking forward to the Golden Gauntlet qualifier. Blah, 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 blah. I can't tell you what I'm playing because I haven't decided yet. It's probably going to have Sholau in it. Wow. I've got 5 seconds left. Nothing important to say. So I'm going to ask Lauren, how was your week in Snap?
Unmute. My week in Snap was great. I finished The Eye of the Bedlam Bride, which is the 6th dungeon crawler book. Started This Inevitable Ruin, which is the 7th. And when I finish the 7th, I will be out of Dungeon Crawler Carl to listen to until May. I don't know what I'm going to do. I've been playing tons of Picross on my phone and on my Switch because I love Picross and it's something I can do while listening to something, unlike Snap. I did grind to Infinite because I don't know. It's probably not healthy, but I like getting that weight off my chest. We have a whole season to do it, but I did it in 48 hours. I started with Ika's Doom 2099 deck, as previously mentioned. I cut Juggernaut really fast because he seemed bad, and then I cut Killmonger because he wasn't doing anything for me. I'm sure there's places where Killmonger makes sense, but I don't know. Like I didn't feel a lot of pressure to beat and Sabah Nur, so like I replaced them. Here's the deck. I admit it has a lot of expensive cards in it, a lot of recent cards, but this deck is super pliable. Like there are lots of cards that you could flex out and it would still be fine. Hydra Bob and Chamber, Moondragon, Invisible Woman First Steps, of course, Drax, Avatar of Life, Isca, Doom 2099, Iron Lad. Iron Lad's really, really good. Keep him in this deck if you have him. Cosmic Ghost Rider and Sandman are eating up this meta. Holy moly, they're the real reason why this deck is doing so well. Yes, it can put out a lot of power, but mostly it's that Cosmic Ghost Rider and Sandman just tear up the meta. One of them is the answer for... At least one of them is the answer for so many situations. End of turns everywhere. Cosmic Ghost Rider deals with that, right? People are playing combo stuff. Sandman, so good. Got a lot of turn 6 retreats. Dr. Doom, of course, and Aurora. Aurora's really fun. I kind of owe the Doom 2099 deck an apology because I hated it the first time Doom 2099 was good. And granted, it's had some balance changes, but I used to think it was a really dumb, mindless deck. And we do need mindless decks that are good, but I really, really did not like playing as or against Doom 2099. This experience was totally different. It felt really tactical. It felt like I was making important decisions. When I did the math, there were situations where I was winning locations by 1 or 2 power, and I knew ahead of time because I calculated how many Doombots I was getting, and it just like really satisfying. This deck has grown on me a lot, and definitely because of balance changes, but and perhaps meta shifts and all that. But this deck in its current state, I think, is both very strong and also fun to play. The other thing I did a silly clip with Isca. I wanted Chameleon to copy Isca, but I don't want them in the same lane. So I used Topaz to move Chameleon to the middle, and then to move Isca to the middle, and then Zorn for Chameleon to copy Isca and then go back out to the other location. So they swapped locations, and I felt very clever about it. And then they doubled a bunch of times and won. Check it out on Fourth Location YouTube or my Twitter or my Blue Sky, whatever. It's not really a plug. It's just a cool clip, and I like sharing cool clips.
Zorn is fun. Just play more Zorn.
I know. I was like, Topaz is a card. I've actually done quite a few clips with Topaz. Super fun card. And she's 2 now. And that's
I haven't played with new Topaz.
Yeah, every time I scroll through the collection and I see that, I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably do something. I should try some Topaz.
Originally the thought was like, oh, this is going to be so cool. Was with Sarah out, I can play Topaz, Zorn, Isca, and Chameleon all on the last turn. And then the first time I did
that clip was so buck wild.
Well, thanks. The first time I did it, though, Chameleon copied Zorn. I was like, oh, I'm either going to have to roll a 50-50 or play Zorn ahead of time, so that Chameleon will definitely copy Isca. It's not a real deck, but I like doing clever things in Snap. On to our secret homework. Ben, you assigned this week's secret homework.
That's right, I did. Initially, I was like, let's see how we've all grown since we started the podcast. And was it our first secret homework that was the Mantis redesign? It may have been our very first secret homework.
It was very early.
It was certainly very early. If it was
right.
not the very first, but I think maybe it was the very first. Anywho, so whoops, I think I reset the timer. So Lauren kept hers under 5 minutes as well. Very impressive.
I thought the timer was metaphorical.
Nope, it was quite literal for me.
It's a literal timer.
Yes, but anywho,
you just cartooned me. Okay, sorry.
Our mission this week was to pick one of 3 wonderful early series characters: Mantis, Jessica Jones, or Rescue. None of whom really see a lot of play if you're a late game player. You know, if you got a large collection and other things to play, you're probably not playing those cards very often. And I thought it might be fun to spice them up with a little bit of that 2026 juice. I'm talking about the objective keyword. Oh yeah, that's right. It's the new hotness, and we are all about it. We are on the cutting edge, as we always have been and always will be. So I will start with my card design. I went with Mantis. We did not coordinate to make sure we were not doubling up. So spoiler alert, no rescue card today. Sorry. But Mantis, my Mantis is a 2/3. And the objective is both players have discarded a card. There's not a lot of consistency among objective cards, like the real ones already in the game. I read through all of them and the ones that are data mined to be like, is there a standard way to like write these? And not really. So you can sort of make it up as you would like. And my objective was both players have discarded a card. So once that state has been achieved, what you get at the end of that turn is your characters reveal with +2 power. And I liked that, revealing with extra power because it's kind of Guardians flavored, even though you don't, we're not checking to see if they're revealing across from a thing. But how I decided that the objective should be both players have discarded a card was, Mantis's power is that she is an empath. And the thing about empathy is that it's got to be related to something you've experienced yourself. That's how you empathize, is because you got your own thing that's like the thing that the other person has been through. So I wanted to make sure that you would have the shared experience of both having discarded a card. You've both felt that pain, and that's what charges Mantis up, so she can juice your future characters that you play.
Okay, I love
she's
this.
Friends with Moon Knight for whatever reason. I don't know.
I was going to say, this is super gift. I would totally play Mantis with Moon Knight, and this would be fun for me because I've tried to play Moon Knight in a lot of different ways and in different discard decks, and this would give a good reason to play a lot of little discards late.
Swarm?
You know what I mean? Swarm, but also if you're gonna Colleen and scoring a bunch more times, usually you're working up to something big in discard, to playing a Conchu, to playing this, and then maybe this would give you a way to lean towards peppering a lot of stuff.
I like that a lot.
That's true, I never played Bullseye, full disclaimer. Bullseye.
Oh yeah,
not a disclaimer, more of an organic play.
Statement of pride.
Bullseye. No, that's not true. I played Bullseye sometimes. Just to know my enemy, in a general
Bullseye free.
Okay, yeah. All right. No, that's cool. Okay. Should I say mine now?
I'm going to proactively be nitpicky because A, I think Ben can take it, and B, just get ahead of the comments. I don't know if objectives can do an ongoing power like this, but worst case, she just transforms like Sabah Nur does, and then she can transform into a card.
Transforms into Mantis juiced up. And
Mantis awakened.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I also did Mantis. This was assigned to me because I had previously done Jessica Jones, and try not to repeat that too often. Okay, and I picked, it was cool. I was like, I feel like we've redesigned Mantis a million times, but Objective is different. And I also looked at this where, okay, no, say the ability first, Rie. Yes, Mantis 2-3. Objective, play 5 Guardians. And the reward is steal your opponent's highest cost card. Which
like it comes to your side, right?
Yeah, if you have room,
so
obviously.
Cool.
Okay, yeah, and I wanted this because the Mantis's coolest thing in cinema is when she got the big alien space creatures. Like, we're her now. We're just gonna go be gangster together, and that was cool. So I've always liked the idea of stealing, and also her other big thing was she was able to make Ego sleep. So she takes down. She can take control of big things. So that's where I got the finish. And I wanted a big reward for hopefully a difficult enough task. Play 5 Guardians. That's a lot of Guardians to play. But it also gives maybe Major Victory a boost because you want more Guardians. You know what I mean? So maybe numbers need tuning, but that's what kind of my goal was. I want a reason for Major Victory. I want a reward for playing a lot of Guardians. I think they need a big swinger because let's face it, outside of Sanctum, we still don't really see Guardians pretty much ever. So a big reward like stealing the highest cost card. That's right.
Yeah, I really think making them have some sort of typal ability is that's how they're going to make Guardians better. However that's done, and maybe they never will because they're early series cards, but that's the way to do it, is give you a reason to play a bunch of them. And I don't think we have a card existing that does this except for Titania, whatever, but you can't take somebody's card. You can't do the wololo from what is it, Age of Civilization? Wololo. Anyway. That's the sound Age of Empires.
Guardians. Age of Empires.
I got that just the sound effect. Yeah. I knew what you were going for.
Right.
My favorite thing in Age of Empires was building armies of priests to just go out and convert all.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. What does that say about us? I wonder.
You know what's even cooler than that is in StarCraft. If you get a Dark Archon and then you steal an SCV. Or
that was my favorite thing to do in StarCraft.
Drone. Yep.
That's
more fun in StarCraft because you can get access to a whole different unit tree and stuff.
The whole tech tree.
Whereas in Age of Empires, everybody's sort of playing with mostly the same tools, so it's a little less exciting. But that's just my feeling.
I'm sorry. Let's check where we're. Okay, no, Lauren. Yeah, sorry. We're on Secret Home.
I think it's kind of funny you did Mantis because Mantis was offered because you're I already did Jessica Jones. You're well, we already did Mantis, and so that's when Rescue came up. But you followed your heart and you made a beautiful Mantis, and I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
I would play this card. That seems really fun.
Oh yeah.
I made a Jessica Jones. I followed the original assignment, honoring. What is it? Kristen Ritter, her upcoming appearance in the new season of Daredevil. Jessica Jones, 2/5. Objective: have 3 face down cards. Cards you play next turn don't reveal until the game ends. Lopsided Supergiant. This was kind of hard on the balance, but I was there's some. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So Objective happens at the end of the turn, right?
Right.
Is the only way to do this with that one location, whatever dimension, dark dimension, or
dimension?
An invisible woman?
Malekith, invisible woman, Supergiant.
This is a really hard objective, isn't it?
You could. I mean,
she's a 2/5. I love that she's a 2/5. I heard that and I was hell yeah.
Well, yes. 2/5 is how I balanced it because I wanted her to be cheap enough that you could play her onto an invisible woman later because of the way that you have to get 3 cards face down. And then also there's some downside. It's kind of how discard cards are overpowered, because there's some downside to discarding. There's some downside to not playing next turn. You're probably throwing priority. Your opponent can know where to play Alioth or Cosmo or Negasonic or whatever. So I thought there was enough risk, but also you could do some really nasty combo stuff with this and your opponent wouldn't see it. And maybe you want to throw Yeah.
Oh, and also throw pride. I'm like, is the reward big enough? Like, to be honest, but I'm not
might
sure.
need to be like 2 face down cards, and I'm trying to think like, what is the big payoff? Like, is it some silly Wong thing, and then in another lane you have a Taskmaster? I'm not really sure.
Letting you set up your combo out of order, like
I want this
or like
to be
maybe
a real
you can
card just so I
Shong
can see the
something.
clip.
Maybe it lets you Shong the enemy Isca, right? She gets big and then Shong flips and takes care of her.
okay.
I'm confident that you would do something cool with
so
this card.
clever.
I'm not sure anybody else would. It's a lot of squeeze
It's
for
tricky.
mystery juice.
Okay, maybe I'll change it then to 2 face down cards, because that seems a lot more practical, and that lets you do Invisible Woman stuff in 2 different lanes. There's cool stuff you could do with that.
Yeah.
And then I also thought, I was trying to go somewhere along the private investigator detective thing, like before we said like, the detective vibe is to be Howard, to check the top of the deck. So I was like, okay, we're going to deal with face down cards. And I don't know. Then I got stuck on face down cards.
I like the objective for her. Yeah.
Yeah.
The sneaky. Yeah.
I thought a little bit about doing a Jessica Jones, and I sort of wanted her to investigate disappearances. So like maybe she would count things in banished files, but like characters, not skills, no skills. She doesn't investigate missing skills. That's some nonsense. But
that's an interesting idea. I'm excited to see where objective goes.
Ideas for rescue also, but I did not finish baking
this
them.
first season of objective cards is pretty meh, but the next season is more exciting, and I think it just opens up options for them. I do wonder how many we're going to see that have transforms like Sabah Nur, just because Snap tries to be so tight on space, and writing a complicated objective, like the requirement and the payoff, there's no room to do that. Anyway.
Also, cards that transform, you don't get to look at the variant for very long.
It's true. That's a downside. Unless the variant has special tokens, which happens sometimes.
Sometimes, but not often.
Not often. I think there's one Bruce Banner that does that. Okay. Here's my new homework. It's fairly open-ended. I want you to nominate your 4 horsemen. You become Apocalypse. But as a bonus, they don't have to be... these should be Marvel. I don't need you to like name your parents and siblings and besties and whatever. Bring your cat into battle. That's not what I'm asking. I just want to know, in the Marvel universe, who are your 4 horsemen? As an optional twist, they don't have to be of this. They don't have to have the same domains as Apocalypse's horsemen. You can make a horseman of rainbows or something.
Horseman of sparkle power.
You feel me? All right. If you like what you heard, like, comment, subscribe, rate and review, leave a comment, or I already said comment, but do it on YouTube or Spotify. That feeds the algorithm our souls. Oh yeah. Did you?
I'll say. Well, I'll tell you an outro, so I'm not like. But I have a specific request for Sarah. I know it was like not the bestest of weeks. I haven't been around our speakeasy lately, but I will return. And I have a special request for that in YouTube comments that I will make in our outro. So I stop hugging this time. Which is
Ree will return. We're trying to push for 500 subscribers. We had a nice push the last couple weeks. So thanks to y'all. If you have somebody who you think might enjoy our antics, send it to them. Tell people that it's a good podcast. We know it's kind of niche.
Somebody new showed up in the speakeasy. Bryant TS24, who had a great idea of using Magus to be Patrolk the Leaper, which
that deck looks super fun.
I kind of wish I had the card. That was the first time I was like, do I need to get Magus? That was the first time I was like, do I want that card?
Did I not say that's what we should do with Magus? I'm like, why are we trying to copy the big cards on turn 5? Let's copy little Batroc the Leaper. That's
payoff. Yeah.
The best one drop.
A great example of like a big payoff one that doesn't use on reveal. You know, if it's on reveal, the answer would be Hood, right? Anyway, come hang out in the Speakeasy. It's our little corner of Discord. The instructions to get there are in the show notes or video description. We're proudly part of the Snap Judgments Network, where you can listen to other great shows like the titular Snap Judgments by Pulse Glazer and Nick the Greek Geek on Saturdays. If you would like to hear more, tune in next week. Same Snap time, same Snap channel.
Yay. Okay.
Right, fourth year challenge.
This is actually continuing a conversation between ourselves, Lauren. But also that Ben should be part of. Although, you know, we don't always share the same taste. Okay.
I have no idea where this is going.
I have been looking for like I want like a cozy late night game. I've been looking for it. It's like, you know, it was Snap for a while, but like, you know, I mean, like me and Snap, we need time together and time apart. And like before it was the original Slay the Spire, but I'm kind of like, you know, I've slayed a lot of original Spires, and I'm not like a chaser of, you know, like I am no chaser of trophies. Okay. But like, but that was the game. Here's the thing, and I love Hades too, but it's like I could fall asleep in between turns of Slay the Spire, you know? And it's like, oh, this was such a good run, but tomorrow it's wiped from our brains, like all the card thought process we just abandoned. And but like Hades too, you can't, you know, like you can't like fall, like it's just like not conducive. It's like you're not, it's not like a winding down sleeping game. Yeah. So I tried to start playing Animal Crossing again. I actually restarted my whole island. I didn't sign into it because I'm like, if I log in, I can't do it. So I deleted it. I had a ton of time into it, but I'm like, the only way I'll replay it is if I'm going to like start again. So I started again, but I started playing. I was like, oh, I don't want to do chores and pay off my house. So like, you know, like it isn't what I wanted. And so I have been searching, and I thought maybe I was all prepared to come say I had found it. But like, I don't know, because I found there's this game that you've probably heard of, and I had tried to play before, but it wasn't the most console friendly. I got it for like PlayStation, I think. Maybe it was even a Plus game. Darkest Dungeon.
Oh yeah, I fuck with Darkest Dungeon.
You fucked with Darkest Dungeon? Okay, I had wanted to. I had heard it was good. Okay, it seemed like my thing, but I was trying to play it on PlayStation, and I'm like, oh, this isn't the kind of game I was looking for like my console gaming. It felt very like it was made for PC and consoles and after that. And I just had other games, and I just kind of ended up not playing it for that reason, not because of anything specific about the game. But I got it for Switch. It was like on sale for like under $5. And I was like, yoink, this seems cozy. And
for a certain value of cozy, sure.
But it's like turn-based and stuff, and it's like
a little grim dark or whatever. But
I don't think
darker over time. So
besides like, Animal Crossing, I don't think Ree has actually said a single cozy game. So Ree means something different. Ree means something you can fall asleep during.
Come out here with like Sunhaven or something.
Yeah.
No, we're talking Ree cozy. Okay, so so I started playing Darkest Dungeon, and it's like, okay, it's turn-based. I've played a lot of this style. I've played games. But, and I'm like, oh, I'm into this. I can get into this. And it's a game, if you're not familiar, of Darkest Dungeon. And the idea is you're a greedy capitalist, I guess, of nobility. So you feel more privileged than everyone else because you were born to a title. Therefore, it is your privilege to send poor travelers who are stuck in this wasteland of a world with nothing better to do into like horrible dungeons of skeletons and monsters with like literal forces draining their sanity over time to bring you back treasure so that you can build back in a state you feel like you're owed from the past. is kind of the setup, I believe.
Cozy.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's a game. I've played a lot of board games, and it's like, there's a problem with like a lot of them just being straight up about colonialism and imperialism. That's a good time. But no, things have changed actually. There actually have been games like Spirit Island that are like actually about the reverse of that.
Anti-colonialism.
Like the thing is, cool people play board games, and once we're like, why are we doing it this way? We could make cooler things, and that's what they did. So, yeah, like put more swords in everything, clearly. So, but Darkest Dungeon, and I'm into this, like, recruiting heroes. I loved Heroes of Might and Magic. I'm like into the style.
Oh, I love Heroes of Might and Magic. I'm more than fucks with Heroes of Might and Magic.
Maybe that's the cozy game. Is that for consoles? Maybe that's right. The problem with Darkest Dungeon is like, okay, I started it and then I had to like learn things. Like there's a lot of like, it's like, oh, if you accidentally press the left thumbstick backwards and they walk backwards, it hurts everyone mentally. And I'm like, well, fuck, I don't know walking backwards hurt everyone mentally. And like, this is late night re. We can't think we're not going to accidentally fumble a thumbstick, on a controller. So like, this is depressing. And so I started and everyone was like going and saying, I'm like, okay, well now we learned how the game works. We know what things are and how they go. So I'm going to start again. This is from the person who started Skyrim 50 times to try every class. I'm like, we're going to do a much better job because I'm going to play Darkest Dungeon. I'm going to save everyone.
Oh no, you can't. You literally can't.
I will prove them wrong. With the power of caring and love. And so so I started over again. I know. It already broke me. So like I said, there's just too many it's so unforgiving to mistakes. If I accidentally finger fumble something, it's like, nope, that's what you did. That person's crazy now, like crazier now. Stuff's
you just
going
break them and use them up. It's so sad.
And finally I was like, okay, maybe we'll just dismiss some people and get some fresh blood.
Yep.
We just give up on them. They were mistakes. We learned. They're experiments. Just don't see them as living beings with feelings. It's fine. And but it's like I said, it's just like too it's like I'm already like it's like I don't know that this is cozy. It's like I'm getting stressed out trying not to like fumble things and mess it up. So still we are on the quest and the goal is okay. I don't want to blow. I mean, I don't know that I'm depending on unless it's like super cheap. I'm not going to spend a ton of money until my birthday, of course, but I don't want to blow my whole budget on the game. So I'm looking for like something that's cozy. That's hopefully like, 20 or less, maybe 30. But like you said, I've played Animal Crossing and played Darkest Dungeon. The only thing I don't play a lot of is like first person shooters because I get like physically ill. Just makes me seasick, like really hard. But something cozy to wind down to.
By which you mean something you can fall asleep to.
Yeah, like turn-based is great. Right. Like, kind of stuff. Yeah.
I'm very interested to see what our listeners come up with. I would also be interested, but especially in ones that are actually cozy.
Okay, yeah. It's like a genre. But like I heard they made like a Shire game, but I don't think they were respectful about it. And that if you're gonna make a game about the Lord of the Rings and about like people's fantasy of being Shire habits, like don't it's like we already had the Gollum game. You've seen failure. You've seen it. We all lived through. Sorry, there's like a really horrible Gollum game that came out. Everyone agreed to. Okay, yeah, you guys know. I just realized I talk like everyone knows all the nerd things. And people might be mistaken for Lord of the Rings fans. I don't want to do that to anyone. But like, yeah. But that's my opinion. It's that's a bummer. If you get the IP for Lord of the Rings and you're gonna make a Shire game, like get your ducks in a row. Like know what's important about the game. Know what's important. Like do better. Look what Expedition 33 did. Do that for hobbits. But it's hobbits and the Shire and cozy. Let's keep it a little bit lighter, but like general aesthetics. Sorry. I'm done.
I was so enthralled by this the last word that I didn't even think to myself I could be playing more Slay the Spire right now. Because that's what I'm about to be doing.
Yay!
I hope you have a lovely evening with it. A lovely weekend. You already have the Spire 2 theme song memorized?
Well, it's this. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The Slay the Spire theme is classic, so they dusted it off, but there's new music. Oh, there's new shop music. They kept the shop music the same, just like Hades 2, but of course they gave you a dope remix, just like Hades 2.
Have I listened to it with the sound on?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I feel this is bad. I feel like if I were Ben right now, I'd be like, I'm so furious. Because that's how I feel when people haven't listened to good music.
I always want to at least let the music in, maybe I'll play some with the sound off eventually, but
next time I'll play with the music.
You both did Mantis? I thought you said Jessica Jones, Ben.